Hi, everybody. So I'm here. It's Jumpstart Read for the Record Day, and everybody across the whole country is going to be reading this book today, Amy Wu and the Patchwork Dragon. So everybody through the whole country is going to be reading this book today by Kat Zhang. It's part of Jumpstart's Read for the Record to promote literacy in children. During story time, Miss Mary reads Amy's class a book about dragons. So she's reading them a book about dragons. Dragons that hoard treasure. Hoard means like you collect it and you just keep it and you just keep collecting more and more and more, and you're just keeping it for yourself. So these dragons, they have all of this treasure and they're not sharing it with anybody. And it says, keep out. No flyers. Dragons that blow fire. Dragons that fight knights in armor. So the dragons do all these sorts of things. They hoard treasure, they breathe fire, they fight knights. All these things that the dragons do. Amy paints a dragon with a long, thin body. It has horns like a stag and claws like an eagle. So she made a picture of a dragon. Are you sure that's a dragon? Asked Sam. It doesn't look like a dragon, asked Willow. So what do you guys think? Think it looks like a dragon? Time to clean up, says Mary. I'm not done, cries Amy. The rest of the class put their dragons on the show and tell table, but there's nothing from Amy, nothing at all. You see everybody put their dragons on there? Willa and Kat and Wayne and Sam, but look, Amy's dragon's missing. There's nothing from Amy. Willa and Sam come over after school, but Amy can't even smile. Oh dear, says Amy's grandma, why the sad face? So Amy tells her. Her grandma gets a twinkle in her eye. Come, she says, let me tell you a story. And that's her grandmother. And she sees that she's upset. So she's going to try to make her feel a little better. She tells them about dragons that bring down the rain. So dragons that bring down the rain. And dragons that are wise and just. Dragons that fly without wings. Flying without wings. These are pretty amazing stories. Amy runs to the attic. She remembers where she got the idea for her dragon. She pulls out something red and yellow, something with a big fat snout and golden horns. A dragon, gasped Sam and Willa. A dragon, agrees Amy. See, she took out her dragon. They can't believe it. Amy's grandma puts on the costume's head and Amy puts on the tail. It's a dragon costume. Together, they dance down the attic steps and they roar through the house. Maybe you could bring it to school, says Sam. And look, you see, those are her parents looking out, and her grandmother and Amy. They're in the dragon contest, and Sam says, come on, bring it to school, bring it to school. You think they should bring it to school? Let's see. Please, please, please bring it to school, says Willa. Says Amy. She thinks about dragons in Miss Mary's book. She thinks about the dragons in Grandma's story. Bringing this dragon to class would be great, but there's something missing, something to make the dragon Amy's. So she has to think, what is missing? After Sam and Willa go home, Amy begins to plan. She's making a plan. She shows her sketches to the family. Will you help me? She asks. They measure out fabric and they cut it into shape. They carve a cardboard frame and fasten the cloth. Amy knots together 3 silk scarves and then she adds some beads. What do you guys think she's doing? Those are some really good ideas. Ready? Asked Grandma. Amy takes a deep breath. Ready, she says. Amy comes to school with a big paper bag. And there she is with her big paper bag. The other children gather around. Is it your dragon? Asked Willa. Show us, said Sam. What do you think she has in this big bag? Let's take a look. Amy puts on the dragon's head. She invites Willa and Sam beneath the dragon's tail. Together, they dance through the classroom and they roar between the desks and everyone cheers. Miss Mary laughs so hard she can't even breathe. So they're performing in school with her dragon. Amy's dragon, it's all different colors. It's red and we have a visitor. It's red and yellow. It has a big fat snout and golden horns, enormous green wings, and a tail of 3 silk scarves. And it has beads and glitter, lots and lots of glitter. She made her own dragon. Very colorful, very sparkly with all that glitter and beads. So this is her own dragon that she made, and maybe you guys can make your own dragon. It works splendidly and it feels just right. It is exactly the dragon Amy wanted to make. This is her perfect dragon. This is the dragon that she wanted to make. Everybody has their own idea of what a dragon should be. And this was Amy's vision of a dragon. And you guys can make your own dragon. And that was Amy Wu and the Patchwork Dragon. So she used her own imagination, and they heard the book about dragons in story time, and she heard her grandmother's story. So between the story that she heard during story time and that her grandmother's story, she decided to create her own dragon. That is the way she saw it. And it was Amy Wu and the Patchwork Dragon. She took all different materials that she had at home and beads and glitter, and she made it her very own. I hope you all enjoyed that story, and that was part of Jumpstart Read for the Record. Thank you, everyone.